Had, and while we were free, out of all so many changes, we celebrated 50 years. So again, in this year in which we had so many events happening, we had time for celebration. We also mourned for our founder who expired, Saroj Ben. She was a very visionary lady who started this school. We also had in this very year starting off before school activities. Now while it may seem that only 300, 200, maybe 100 people opted for a before school activity, but I am very hopeful that that is going to give Udgam a new set of opportunities to give students before school and after school activities. So we are going into, hopefully we'll be able to continue at least both of them, or at least one of them, if not both. At least we'll be able to do it optional, if not compulsory. But I'm very, very happy, not because we are using the infrastructure, not because we are getting more and more students, but it is going to drive us into a day school category, day boarding sort of. So that would help, the biggest thing when we go start a day school, and it is optional, it's not compulsory, the biggest thing it would help is the working mothers. And that's what Udgam was always believing in, that when we have a timing which is suitable for the office goers, it is something which is useful so that the mothers can work at peace in their office. They know their children are safe at the school. Now we are going to take it one step ahead, and we are going to make it after school and before school. So this will eventually keep students busy at least 9 hours a day, and working mothers like you can work. So just imagine 1,000 people registering for after school, before school activities, 1,000 mothers in Ahmedabad adding to the workforce. That we are going to build the city, and we are going to help the mothers. This is something which is not done in 50 years. We have done it last year. We had exciting year, but not without any controversy. We ended up in the worst controversy ever, which is called fee protests, that parents protested for the fees. Surprisingly, as it may seem, but nobody protested when we did not increase the fees. It's so surprising. Everybody protests only when we did a little bit more. But that's okay. We figured it out. Just for the information I would like to share, that the total revenues of the school will not be affected with the protests. We have taken care of that. Whatever projected revenue we were going to earn, according to the rules, we will be earning. So rest assured, you do not need to worry about the school financial stability, because whenever such protests happen, one side has to lose. Either it is the parent or the school. And when there is a compromise, both sides lose. We did go through what they call as a compromise, but when we really implemented across the board increases, we have no total revenue terms loss. So you can be rest assured, even though the media portrayed us to be a very mean school, we were really good all these years. So don't need to worry about the school finances. We have implemented the recommendation by Education Minister and the law, and we are safe. I'm very happy that this thing happened, because now we have clarity on how do we go ahead, and we have government consent to the same. So the worst is behind us. Now we look forward for a very eventful year ahead. What I have been observing since last 11 years is that every year has been more eventful than the last. We are gaining momentum, and it's like a snowball effect, where it starts small, but as it reaches the ground, it becomes like a big snowball. And we are growing by the size, so whatever little we do has a lot of leverage. So we'll be starting, coming year is more exciting. We have a lot of things planned from the management perspective. I'm sure each one of you would have a great plan to present today here. And even if it's not great, not to worry. Failing to plan is planning to fail. So it's better to have a plan, however it is. The benefit I have seen when I make plans for managing the school is they don't turn out to be perfect. I had never imagined that there would be a fee protest. I had never imagined that there would be so much media coverage. But it's okay. It happened. It's past. But what I had a plan was for next year's total revenue projections, and that we are meeting. So that's what I'm happy about, that even with every mess that has happened, we are still, as it is. So when you have a plan and there are a lot of uncertainties, what happens is you can always go back to the book, like this is what we had planned and we will achieve it no matter what. So it's the first time when we are inviting section-wise speakers to present a plan for that section, and we hope that as time goes, we can review the plan, and by the next year, when we meet again, we can review whether these plans had achieved their proposals or whether it achieved what it intended to. I'll now, not taking much of your time, I'll now invite the pre-primary section to, starting with the young, we'll go to the old and then the non-teaching. So we have 15 minutes of plan presentation and a few question answer minutes. We'll do a review, like, not going deep into it, superficial, I would say, cursory look into the plan. I'll be coming back often on this stage, don't worry. I'll be coming back with, at the end of the day, you'll have to stay here till then, with a lot of learnings from the parent survey we had done. But before I do that, I would really want to know what plans you have. And then we'll compare it with what the parents want, and then what we'll really know that are we going on the same track. Okay, so pre-primary section, please, the speakers who are appointed by the pre-primary can please come over to the stage and present their plan.
Good morning, everybody. We are very happy to be here on the annual meet conference of the Udgam School for Children. We, being the foundation, the youngest lot coming to us and then gradually blossoming into a beautiful flower. We have plans which we are already putting into practice, and we have been watching that the children are really happy with what we are doing. First of all, I would like to say that we have so many techniques, so many methods by which we can teach the youngest of minds, because these are the future citizens of India. We have playway methods, we have sand play methods, we have so many other things. They say quality output can never be an accident, and accidents don't occur in Udgam. So, to start with, it is said that English is a second language for all the children, especially in Gujarat. Teach English throughout, but when they come to us, they are too small. So we start with monosyllables, probably not in the beginning, but gradually as we start the year, we tell them the basic commands, that is toilet, water, and slowly we go to sentences. Remember, after the real mothers, the pre-primary is temporary mothers for these children. They are nurtured with great care, and yes, we also pamper them. So, a child's mind is very curious. They keep on asking questions, ask Huche, ask Huche. We have to always, when the child comes to school, he is coming from a very homely environment. When the child comes to school, we have to see that they are very comfortable. We make them aware of the surroundings in which they are coming. We let them ask questions, most of which are answered. And then, gradually, they become more interactive with us, and that is what we want. Generally, when the child comes to us, sometimes it may be that they have not yet started speaking sentences. We see to it, by the end of the year, most of the children are speaking English sentences. But the use of mother tongue, I think, is very necessary. Because all of a sudden, if you tell a child, come here, the child may not be able to respond to you. So the use of mother tongue is very, very necessary. Generally, we use 3 languages because nowadays there are so many children who are non-Gujaratis. So we use Hindi, Gujarati, and then we move forward to English. So that was one point. Next, like playway method, we have already introduced, and we are looking into it, that we keep on improving this. We have been provided with so many materials, Montessori materials, and we are working towards it very innovatively as to how we use it, when we use it. So that's a very big thing. We have all the available materials on hand. We are very thankful to the management for that, and we'll see to it that it has been given due importance. A child, when it goes home, remembers things which are repetitive. We always see to it that suppose we have taken up a subject yesterday. Today we don't suddenly start with something else. We repeat what we have been doing on the previous day. And so the child feels continuity and knows that it had done this yesterday. Sandplay method. We have been following this, but more innovative ways of, like previously we had only sand in a tray, and we used to make the children use 2 fingers, so the sense of touch is developed more. This year we are planning, we saw it last year, and this year we are planning that we are going to wetten the sand so that more pressure is given on the 2 fingers, which is lately going to help them to hold a crayon or a pencil. That is very, very important. So these are the things which we are already working towards, and we will see to it that we are going to make it a great success. I think even Janki and Indu would have to say something. They will put forward their points.
Good morning, Udgam family. I would like to give 2 suggestions on behalf of... Hello. As you all know that we are giving worksheets on regular basis. Generally, we give revision work on one side and activity on other side. Now, what we have observed is that children are finishing the revision work, but the activities are left incomplete. Why so? Why so? Because the parents are not aware of the fact. Revision work and activities both are very important. So, according to pre-primary section, we must write the purpose of giving the worksheet. Yes, it's a maze, but the purpose of giving the maze is to improve the eye and hand coordination, to improve the finger muscles, and to improve the concentration of the child. So at pre-primary level, it is very important to write the purpose. Now, the second suggestion is that if Me, Hinaban and Indu are working under the same roof since many years. Our way of teaching becomes monotonous. So the teacher must be sent to the other school. There we'll have practical experience. We'll learn new and innovative methods. If those methods are better than ours, we'll definitely follow those methods. But if we are better than them, then it will give us immense satisfaction. Thank you. Now Indu will present her suggestions.
Sometimes, due to time limit, we try to hush up things. But we should always remember, a question unanswered raises 10 more questions. So there should be no communication gap between the teacher and the parent during a parent-teacher meeting. And yes, if there are any queries which are being asked by the parents on the by email or any other way during phonic conversation or anywhere, they should be answered very promptly. We should not think, oh, this parent is going to take 20 minutes and I have so much to do. But yes, we have to answer them. There should be no doubt left behind in the minds of the parents while leaving after the parent-teacher meeting. Secondly, we teach, and there are students, small, big, everybody. But what happens that, we get distracted during giving lessons. So what do we say? Shh, keep quiet. That is a different thing. But when we tag a child, when we label a child, it remains with the child. So we should be very, very careful that we should not ever try to label the child or name him, because a child being mischievous and a mischievous child are two different things. If we say you are a mischievous child, he is mischievous today, tomorrow, every day. But a child occasionally being mischievous is a very different thing. So we should not try to label a child. Yes, these were my 2 points.
Thank you very much for giving us a patient hearing. Thank you. I invite you to ask if you have any questions.